So good evening everyone. So online is my voice is audible to you. Can you confirm me in chat box once? As well as screen. Clear for all of you? Hello. Yeah, so thank you for the confirmation. So now, actually in last class, we have discussed about like what is the purpose of DevOps and what tools we are having the DevOps. So we have discussed all those things, right? So now in this class, we are going to start about like servers. What we are going to start here? We are going to start about the servers. So remember guys, at the end, as a DevOps engineer, we need to be work on the servers. So we need to be work on the servers types of, and then architectures of servers. Okay. So before going to start about the servers as well as architectures of servers, so let me ask you one question like, daily we are using the applications, right? So daily we are using the phone pay, Google Pay, Instagram. So daily we are using the number of applications. So here my question was like, what is meant by application? What is meant by application? So anybody has any idea? So whether it is right or wrong, you can answer. So daily we are using the Paytm application, let's say. So daily I am using the Paytm application. So what is meant by application? What is meant by application?
Users who can access.
Users who can access. Okay. So any alternative answers? Let me tell you. Let's say I'm having the Paytm application here. So in that Paytm application, I'm having the recharge, I'm having the bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets. So basically, these recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets, these all are going to be the services. What was that? These all are going to be the services. So group of services together called application. So that group of services together called application. So clear for all of you what is meant by application? Application is nothing but group of services together called application. Okay. Now again here my question was like, so my Paytm application is going to be present on where it is going to be present on our phone, or it is going to be present on our Play Store or App Store, or it is going to be present on the server where our Paytm application will present. So whether it is right or wrong, you can answer, guys. So no worries. So no one will tease you here. Okay.
On server.
Whatever you said, it is in the. It is in the. It is in our phone. It is not in a. Okay. I'm asking like where our Paytm application will present. It is going to be present on our phone, or it will present on our Play Store or in App Store, or it will present on the server. Where it will present?
Server.
It will be an app where it is located on server.
Yes. So ultimately it is going to be present on the server. That's perfect. Now here my question was again like, what is meant by server?
Where all
So that we
applications
are
are
using
maintained.
the servers, right? Sorry, Upendra.
Where are the applications are maintained and stored.
Where our applications are maintained as well as stored. That's perfect. So let me give it simple example. Let's say server is nothing but which provides the services to the end user. Simply, right? So we can able to store our application, we can able to maintain our application. So we can use in number of, right or not? So in simply, I can able to say like that. Server is nothing but which provides the services to the end user. So clear for all of you? That's great. Now, so again, so the next one is about types of servers. What was that? Types of servers. So basically we are having the number of types in the servers. But majorly, I'm going to talk about 3 types. How many types of servers we are going to talk here? Majorly, we are having actually 3 types. Okay. So the first one was the web server. What was that? Web server. So the second one was the app server. What was the second one here? App server. So the third one was like database server. Nothing but DB server. So totally we are having 3 types of servers. So the first one was like web server. So the second one was like app server. So basically these app server are also going to be called as application server. App in the sense application. Next. So the third one was like database server, nothing but database. So clear for all of you? That's great. Now, let us discuss one by one. What is meant by web server, what is meant by app server, as well as what is meant by database server. Let us discuss one by one. So the first one is about what? It's going to be the web server. So the first one is about what? It's going to be the web server. Now, what is meant by web server? So see here, this was very important. So I'm going to repeat number of times here. So see. So the first one was like web server. So web server is nothing but which provides the UI part of your application. Web server is nothing but which provides the UI part of your application. UI part of application. So let me give you a simple example here. Let's say if I have opened the Chrome, and I am going to search for the paytm.com. I am going to search for the paytm.com. So ultimately here I am getting one UI, right? So this is nothing but your web server. So ultimately here we are getting one UI part. So this is nothing but your web server. So clear for all of you? That's perfect. That's great. Sorry? That your next. Who will work on the web server? So the second point was like who will work on web server. So ultimately we are having the development team as well as UI UX team. UI UX team. So these teams are going to be work on the web server. Next. So the third point was like which type of technologies they are going to use. So they are going to use like CSS, HTML, Java, React, Angular. So these type of technologies, development team will work on the web server. Next. So where it is going to be present? So it is going to be present on the presentation layer. Basically, we are having the OSL layers. So in that OSL layers, we used to have a layer called presentation layer. So in that layer, we are having our web server. Okay. So guys, this was a completely about your web server. So I'm going to repeat one more time. So web server is nothing but which provides the UI part of your application, nothing but the user interface part. Okay. So the second point was like who will work on the web server. So ultimately we are having the development team as well as UI UX team. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like CSS, HTML, Java, React, Angular. So where it is going to be present? So it is going to be present on the presentation layer. Okay. Then. So after this, what we are having? We are having the app server. So usually it was the application server. So in generally we are going to call this as app server. Nothing but the application server. Now, what is meant by application server? So see here, application server is nothing but wherever logic was present. Wherever logic was present. Now, again, what is meant by logic? So see here, let's say I have opened the paytm.com. I mean to say, once I have go to the Chrome and I have searched for the paytm.com. So ultimately here, what I'm getting the web server, nothing but the UI part, right? So the moment I have click on the bus tickets, so ultimately my server was redirecting, right? My server was redirecting. So from the web server to app server, it was redirecting. So whenever you have search for the paytm.com, so ultimately you are getting one UI. So this is nothing but your web server. So the moment you have click on the bus tickets, so ultimately it was redirecting. So from web server to app server, it was redirecting. So this is nothing but your logic, and also this is going to be the app server. Next. So who will work on the app server? Again, we are having the development team. Who will work on the app server here? Again, we are having the development team. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like Java, .NET, Python. So we are having C, C hash, we are having the number of technologies, but according to our requirement, development team will work on the app server. Next, where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the logic layer. Logic layer. So usually these layers are also going to be called as application layer. Next. So this is completely about the app server. Okay. Now, so after app server, what we are having? We are having the database server. What we are having here, guys? We are having the database server. Now, what is meant by database server? So see here, DB server. Now, so database server is nothing but the place where our information are going to be saved. The place where our info, nothing but the information are going to be saved. So see here, let's say the moment I have opened the paytm.com, so ultimately here what I am getting the UI part. So the moment I have click on the bus tickets, so it was redirecting. So from web server to app server, it was redirecting. So let's say if I want to book the bus ticket, so here what I need to pass? I need to pass my name, I need to pass my mail ID, I need to pass my number, from where to where I am traveling, when I am traveling, in which bus I am traveling. So this all information I need to be passed, right or not? So basically these information are going to be saved on where? It is going to be saved on the database server. Where it will be saved? It is going to be saved on the database server. Okay. Next. So who will work on the database server? So ultimately we are having database team. Who will work on the database server here? We are having the database team. Next. Which type of technologies they are going to be used? So they are going to be used like SQL, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, HANADB. So we are having the number of DBs. So according to our requirement, database team will work on the database server. Database team will work on the database server. Next, where it is going to be present? So it is going to be present on the backend. Where it will present? It will present on the backend. So this is completely about the database server. Okay. So let me recap it one more time. So see here what we have discussed up to now. So daily we are using the application, right? So now here my question was like, what is meant by application? Application is nothing but group of services. Let's say I'm using the Paytm application daily. So see here, if you miss, I'm going to repeat one more time. So new people. So see here, let's say daily we are using the applications, right? So we are using the number of applications. So one of the application is going to be the Paytm. So daily I am using the Paytm application. Now what is meant by application? Application is nothing but group of services. Let's say in Paytm I am having the recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets as well as bus tickets. So basically this all are the services. Okay, group of services together called application. Group of services together called application. Now at the end wherever application will present, at the end where our application will present. So it is going to be present on our phone, or it will present on our Play Store or App Store, or it will present on the server. So ultimately it will present on the server. Now what is meant by server? Server is nothing but which provides the services to the end user. Server is nothing but which provides the services to the end user. So let me tell you the best example here. Let's say this is me. Let's say this is me. So totally I have went to a restaurant. I have went to a restaurant. So if I have went to a restaurant, so ultimately one boy will come to my dining table, right? So who was he? Ultimately one server boy will come to the dining table. So let's say if I have ordered the chicken biryani, so he is going to serve the chicken biryani, right? So if I have ordered the mutton biryani, so ultimately he will serve the mutton biryani. Or if I have ordered the desserts, so he will serve the desserts. So ultimately, here server boy is going to act like a server. So whatever the incoming requests I am passing, I mean to say whatever the requests I am requesting, so he is fulfilling my request, right or not? So ultimately, in the real time as well, server is nothing but which provides the services to the end user. So again, I am going to tell one more example. So see here. So totally I have opened the Chrome and I have searched for the paytm.com. So ultimately, Chrome server is providing the Paytm services to me. Chrome server is providing the Paytm services to me. So and also again I am going to open the Chrome and search for the AHA. So ultimately it ended. So ultimately what it is saying, I mean to say Chrome server is providing the AHA services to me. Chrome server is providing the AHA services to me. And also once I have opened the Chrome and search for the netflix.com. So ultimately Chrome server is providing the Netflix services to me. So clear for all of you what is meant by server here? Server is nothing but which provides the services to the end user. So I have passed the paytm.com. So it was fulfilled me. And also I have searched for the AHA. So ultimately Chrome server is providing the AHA services to me. Netflix.com. So ultimately Chrome server providing the Netflix services to me. Now, after this, we are having the types of servers. What we are having here? We are having the types of servers. So usually we used to have many servers, many types of servers. So we are having the mail servers. So we are having the number of servers, but majorly we are going to be focused on these three types of servers. The first one was like web server. Now, what is meant by web server here? Web server is nothing but which provides the UI part of your application. Web server is nothing but which provides the UI part of your application. Nothing but the user interface part. Let's say once I have opened the Chrome and I have searched for the paytm.com. So here what I am getting? Ultimately I am getting the one UI, right? So this is nothing but your web server. Okay. Next. Who will work on the web server? Who will work on the web server? So ultimately I am having the development team as well as UI UX team. So this type of technologies they are going to use. So they are going to use like CSS, HTML, Java, React as well as Angular. So where it will present? It is going to be present on the presentation layer. It is going to be present on the presentation layer. So after web server, what I am having here? I am having the app server. Now what is meant by app server here? App server is nothing but where our logic was present. Where our logic was present. Now again, what is meant by logic here? So see here, once I have searched for the paytm.com, so we are going to get the UI. Now the moment I'm going to click on the bus ticket. So ultimately it was redirecting, right? So from web server to app server, it was redirecting. From the web server to app server, it was redirecting. Next. So after this, who will work on the app server? Again, we are having the development team. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like Java, .NET, Python. So we are having the C, C hash. So we are having the number of technologies. So according to our requirement, development team will work on the app server. Now, where it will present? It is going to be present on the logic layer. Next, after app server, what we are having? We are having the database server. Now, what is meant by database server? Database server is nothing but the place where our information are going to be stored. The place where our information are going to be stored. Now, who will work on the database server? Ultimately, we are having database team. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like SQL, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, HANADB. So we are having the number of DBs. So according to our requirement, database team will work on the database server. Okay. So where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the back end. Where it will be present? It is going to be present on the back end. So clear for all of you up to this? So just try to confirm me in chat box one. So I need the response from everyone. Okay. So Mamata, Ravali, so then Tarun, Hussein, Vishal, Upendra. So clear for all of you? Wahag,
Good to go on.
that's great. That's perfect. Next. So after this, we are having the installation of servers. What we are having here? We are having the installation of servers. So see here, before going to start about the installation, let me give you simple example. Let's say this was the plain water. This was the empty water. Now here my question was like, what is the color of water? This was the plain water. This was the empty water. What is the color of water? In general. Here, what is the color of water? It's going to be the transparent. That's perfect. What was that? It's going to be the colorless. Yeah, transparent. Anything is fine. Now, let's say once I have dropped the red color over the plain water, what will happen? It turns into the red, right? Ultimately red. So let's say once I have dropped the yellow color over the plain water, what will happen? It turns into the yellow, right or not? Let's say once I have dropped the black color over the plain water, what will happen? It turns into the black. Once I have dropped the green color over the plain water, what will happen? It turns into the green. Whereas in the same way, in the similar way, let's say this is the plain server. This was the empty server. Okay. So once I have installed the web server configurations, once I have installed the web server configuration over the plain server, so then this server is going to act as your web server. Once I have installed the web server configurations over the plain server, then this server is going to act as your web server. Next. So once I have installed the app server configuration, once I have installed the app server configuration over the plain server, then this server is going to act as your app server. Then this server is going to act as your app server. Next, let's say once we have installed the database server configuration over the plain server or the empty server. So then this server is going to act as your database server. So in upcoming classes, we are going to create the servers. We are going to install the configurations for the servers. So those all we are going to be get to know that. Okay. So meanwhile, just try to understand the theoretical concept here. So we are going to do it practically in the upcoming sessions. Next. So after this, we are having the architectures of service. What we are having here? We are having the architectures of service. So usually we used to have 4 types of architectures. How many types of architectures we are having here? We are having the 4 types of architecture. So the first one was like one tier architecture. One tier architecture. So the second one was like 2-tier architecture. What was the second one here? So second one was like 2-tier architecture. Next. So the third one was like 3-tier architecture. Third one was like 3-tier architecture. Now, what about the fourth one, guys? What about the fourth one? So any random guess here? Fourth tier. So ultimately it was not. So N-tier architecture. What was that? N-tier architecture or multi-tier architecture. N-tier or multi-tier architecture. Now let us discuss one by one. What is meant by 1-tier architecture? What is meant by 2-tier architecture? What is meant by 3-tier architecture? Let us discuss one by one. So in the 1-tier, I mean to say the first one was like 1-tier architecture, right? 1-tier architecture. 1-tier architecture. So remember, here tier is nothing but layer. Tier is nothing but layer. Layer is nothing but the server. Layer is nothing but what? It's going to be the server. So ultimately, I can call this as one server architecture. Right or not? So tier is nothing but the layer. Layer is nothing but the server. So ultimately, we are going to call this as one server architecture. Okay. Now, in the one server architecture, totally how many servers I am having here means I am having only one server. How many servers I am having here? We are having only one server. The name itself contains one server architecture. The name itself contains one server architecture. So ultimately in the one server architecture, totally how many servers I am having? I am having only one server. Now within the single server, now here my question was like, how many types of servers we are having? How many types of servers we are having?
3.
Great. So ultimately we are having 3. So the first one was like web server. We are having the web server. We are having the app server. And also we are having the database server. So I'm going to install the web server configurations, app server configurations, as well as database server configurations over the single server. Within the single server, I'm having my web server, I'm having my app server, and also I'm having my database server. So then this type of architecture are nothing but what? It's going to be the one server architecture. Sorry. And this type of architecture is nothing but what? It's going to be the 1-tier architecture. Now, what was the example for your 1-tier architecture? So, example is going to be the laptop. What was the example here? Laptop. Remember guys, laptop is also a one server. We can able to host the application in the laptops. Okay. Let me tell you why laptop is going to be the 1-tier architecture example. Let's say this is my laptop, right? This is my laptop. So in my laptop, I'm having the VLC media, right or not? I'm having the VLC media. It ended. The moment I have opened the VLC media, so ultimately here what I am getting? I am getting one UI part. So this is nothing but your web server. Ultimately here what I am getting? I am getting one UI part. So this is nothing but your web server. Now click on the media, open the file. So ultimately it was redirecting, right? It was redirecting. So from web server to app server, it was redirecting. From the web server to app server, it was redirecting. Now, I'm having a video here, Azure demo. So basically, this video, where it was present on the memory, nothing but the database. Within the single place, I'm having my web server and also I'm having my app server and also I'm having my database server. So then this type of architecture are nothing but what? It's going to be your one tier architecture. Next. So clear for all of you about the one tier architecture? That's great, and then that's perfect too. Next. So after one tier architecture, what we are having here? We are having the two tier architecture. What we are having? We are having the two tier architecture. Now see here, two tier architecture. So again, tier is nothing but the layer. Remember, tier is nothing but the layer. Layer is nothing but the server. So ultimately, again, we are going to call this as two server architecture. Right or not? Ultimately, we are going to call this as two server architecture. Now, in the two server architecture, totally how many servers I am having? I am having two servers. How many servers I am having here? I am having two servers. So the name itself contains two server, right? So we are having two servers. So let's say this is the server 1 and this is my server 2. So in the server 1, this is my server 1 and this is my server. In the server 1, I am going to install the web server. In the server 1, I am going to install the web server. In the server 2, I am going to install the app server and database server. App server and then database server. Now, we are going to establish the connections between them. So in upcoming sessions, so we are going to see how to establish the connections between two servers. Those all we are going to get to know that. Okay. So then this type of architecture are nothing but two-tier architecture. Nothing but the two server architecture. Now, example for two-tier architecture. Example for two-tier architecture is going to be your phone as well as YouTube. Your phone as well as YouTube. So let me tell you why phone as well as YouTube is going to be your two-tier architecture example. Let's say this is my phone. This is my phone. So in my phone, totally I am having the YouTube. Right or not? So we are having the YouTube on our phone. So now the moment I have opened the YouTube, so it will going to open, right? I mean to say it is going to be open. So YouTube was present on our phone, but the data that are present in the YouTube, it was present on our phone or it is going to be present on our server. It is going to be present on the server, right or not? YouTube is going to be present on your phone, but the content that are present in the YouTube, it was present on somewhere else. So it's going to be present on our server. So then this type of architecture are nothing but your two-tier architecture. So phone is going to be the server one, data is going to be present on the server two. Phone, data. Clear for all of you? So I'm clear for all of you. So just try to give me the response here. So I need the response from everyone. So Mamata, Fahad, Ravali, and Raj, Ravi, Hussein, Pendra. So we are having the number of people in the online. So clear for all of you? Are you guys are following here?
Yes.
That's perfect. So
Yes.
let me recap it. Yeah, sorry. Let me recap it one more time. So what we have discussed still. Okay. So from the first, what we have discussed about the application, right? Now, what is meant by application here? Application is nothing but group of services together called application. So at the end, wherever application will present, it is going to be present on the server. Now, what is meant by server? Server is nothing but which provides the services to the end user. Okay. So after this, we have discussed about the types of servers. So basically, we are having three types of servers. So what are they? So the first one was like web server, app server, and then database server. Now, what is meant by web server? Web server is nothing but which provides the UI part of your application. Okay. So who will work on the web server? Ultimately, we are having the UI UX team as well as development team. Now, which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like CSS, HTML, Java, React, Angular. So where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the presentation layer. So after web server, what we are having here? We are having the app server. Now what is meant by app server? App server is nothing but the place where our logic was present. Who will work on the app server? Again, we are having the development team. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like Java, .NET, Python. So where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the logic layer. Next, after this, what we are having? We are having the database server. Now, what is meant by database server? Database server is nothing but the place where our information are going to be stored. Now, who will work on the database server? We are having the database team. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like SQL, MySQL, PostgreSQL. So MongoDB, HANADB, we are having the number of DBs. So according to our requirement, they are going to be work. Now, where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the backend. Now, after this, we have discussed about the installation of servers. So when you have installed the web server configurations over the plain server, then this server is going to act as your web server. Also, when you have installed the app server configurations over the plain server, then those server is going to act as your app server. Now, in the similar way, we are having the database server too. Okay. So when you have installed the database server configurations over the plain server, then the server is going to act as your database server. Next, after this, we have discussed about the architectures of servers. We have discussed about the architectures of servers. So usually we are having four types of architectures. So the first one was like one tier architecture. So in the one tier architecture, tier is nothing but the layer is nothing but the server. So ultimately we are going to call this as one tier architecture. So in the one tier architecture, totally how many servers I am having here? I am having only one server. Within the single server, we are going to install the web server, we are going to install the app server, we are going to install the database server. So then this type of architecture is nothing but what? It's going to be your one tier architecture. So after, I mean to say example for one tier architecture is going to be like laptop. Next. So after one tier architecture, we are having two-tier architecture. In the two-tier architecture, totally how many servers I am having? I am having two servers. So this is my server 1, this is my server 2. In the server 1, I am going to install the web server. The server 1, I am going to install the web server. In the server 2, I am going to install the app server and the database server. So we are going to establish the connections between them. So then this type of architecture is nothing but two-tier architecture. So example for two-tier architecture. Example for two-tier architecture is going to be like your phone as well as YouTube. As well as YouTube. So after two-tier architecture, so basically this was the two-tier architecture, right? Two-tier architecture. So after two-tier architecture, what we are having here? We are having the three-tier architecture. What we are having? We are having the three-tier architecture. Now, three-tier architecture. So again, here, tier is nothing but the layer is nothing but the server. So again, we are going to call this as three server architecture. Three server architecture. So in the three server architecture, totally how many servers we are having now? We are having three servers. So the name itself contains three servers, right? So this is my server 1, this is my server 2, and this is my server 3. This is my server 1, server 2, as well as server 3. So let me write it on here. Server 1, server 2, as well as server 3. Okay. So in the first server, we are going to install the web server. In the second server, we are going to install the app server. In the third server, we are going to install the database server. So we are going to establish the connections between them. So then this type of architecture is nothing but what? It's going to be your three-tier architecture. So this is nothing but your three-tier architecture. So example for three-tier architecture. Example for three-tier architecture is going to be again your phone as well as YouTube. So remember guys, in the two-tier architecture, in the second server, we have installed the app server as well as database server. But whereas in the three-tier architecture, we have maintained this app server as well as database server was separately. Let's say if you are having the app server as well as database server within the single server, your server is going to get heavy load. So once your server are getting the heavy load, ultimately your server is going to be down. So that's the reason we need to be maintain each and every server separate. So clear for all of you about the three-tier architecture? That's great. That's perfect. Great. Now, after three-tier architecture, what we are having? We are having the N-tier architecture, nothing but the multi-layer architecture. Multi-layer architecture. So what exactly the meaning of multi-layer architecture? So if I want to explain the multi-layer architecture, I need to go with the one popular e-commerce application like Amazon. So let's say you have opened the Amazon application. Okay. So you have opened the Amazon application. So ultimately you guys are going to get the one web UI, right? You are going to get the web server. So in the web server, you guys has searched for the iPhone 15. You have searched for the iPhone 15. Now it will display all the iPhone 15 phones on app server. So it will display iPhone 15 on app server. App server. So I'm having the white color 15 phone and also I'm having the blue color iPhone 15 phone, and also I'm having, let's say, red color iPhone 15. So totally I have chosen the white color. So the moment I have click on the white color iPhone 15, so again it is going to be redirect to some other. Let's say I have chosen one iPhone 15. Okay, so I have added to the card. Added to card. So this is going to be your one more server, logic server. So this is another server. Okay. Now, so I have added to the card. So basically this card is going to be again one server. So after adding to the card, so I need to do the payment, right? So this is the payment server. Let's say. Payment server. So this is going to be another server. So after payment, we are having confirmation. Nothing but the database. So this information are going to be stored on where? In the database. So basically we are having the multiple servers here. So then this type of architecture are nothing but what? It's going to be the multi-layer architecture. Basically at the end, whatever the web server I'm having, app server I'm having, so this card server, I mean to say payment, so this database, all are going to be in the Kubernetes pods. So if I have said about the pods as well as Kubernetes now, so you guys are going to be get confused. So that's the reason I have taken the example of servers. So at the end, whatever we are having, these all are hosted in the Kubernetes. This is multi-layer architecture. Now, so see here, so I need the response from everyone. So let's say from the first, I'm talking about the server, right? So, and also I have said server is nothing but the laptop. Server is nothing but the laptop. Let's say this is my laptop. If my laptop needs to run, needs to work, here what I need to have? I need to have one OS, right or not? Without OS, your laptop, your server is not going to be work. Now here my question was like, what is meant by OS? Operational system, huh?
Operating system.
Okay. So this is the full form. But what exactly it will do? RAM, ROM, so that was another one. What exactly the mean of operating system? The software. Okay.
Provide services.
You are saying the architecture. But I'm asking here, what exactly the mean of OS? I mean to say what it will do. Online, you guys can able to answer. I mean to say these sessions are going to be the interactive sessions. So from the day one to the till the end. So you can unmute and speak. No worries.
It will run all the software and hardware applications. Is correct? Is it correct?
Let me tell. So see here. We are the humans, right? We are the humans. So we know number of languages. We know Telugu, we know Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, we know English as well. So basically, these all are going to be the high level languages. These all nothing but the high level languages. So we know Telugu, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, as well as English will. So if someone knows Korea means, so Korean. So these all are going to be the French. Great.
China, sir.
Chinese.
Spanish, sir.
Spanish. Wow. I don't know about all this.
After watching movie, I got that.
Which movie?
See,
OG. Wow. Okay. So these all are going to be the high level languages. But the server will only understand what? Only understand the binary level language. Other than this, machine can't understand anything. So if the human wants to communicate with the server, here ultimately I need to have one translator. So who is the translator? your OS. So ultimately, OS is going to provide the bridge interface between human as well as mission. Let's say if Modi wants to talk with the Putin, here I need to have one translator, right? So in a similar way, if the human wants to communicate with the server, I need to have one translator. So here translator are nothing but what? Russian president.
Question, sir.
Okay. So clear for all of you online? What is meant by OS here? So just try to confirm in chat box one so that I can move. Right. So that's great, and then that's perfect. So remember, guys, I mean to say I'm going to recap it what we have discussed in this class. So in this class we have discussed about the application, right? Now what is meant by application? Application is nothing but group of services together called application. So at the end, wherever application will be present, it is going to be present on the server. Now what is meant by server? Server is nothing but which provides the services to the end user. Okay. Now, after this, we have discussed about the types of servers. So basically, we are having three types of servers. So what are they? So the first one was the web server, app server, as well as database server. Now, what is meant by web server? Web server is nothing but which provides the UI part of your application. So who will work on the web server? Ultimately, we are having the UI UX team as well as development team. So this type of technologies they are going to use. So they are going to use like CSS, HTML, Java, React, as well as Angular. So where it is going to be present, it is going to be present on the presentation layer. So after this, we are having the app server. Now what is meant by app server? App server is nothing but the place where our logic was present. Who will work on the app server? We are having the development team. So which type of technologies they are going to be used? So they are going to use like Java, .NET, as well as Python. Okay. So where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the logic layer. Now after this, what we are having? We are having the database server. Now what is meant by database server? Database server is nothing but the place where our information are going to be stored. After this, what we are having? Who will work on the database server? Ultimately, we are having the database team. Which type of technologies they are going to be used? So they are going to use like SQL, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, HANADB, as well as MongoDB, HANADB. Now, where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the backend. Now, after this, we have discussed about the installation of the server. So when you have installed the web server configurations for the plain server, then the server is going to act as your web server. So in the similar way, app server as well as database server too. So after this, we have discussed about the architectures of servers. So basically, we are having four types of architecture. So the first one was like 1-tier, 2-tier, as well as 3-tier, and the multi-layer architecture. So in the 1-tier architecture, totally I am having one server. Within the one server, I am going to install web server, app server, as well as database server. So example for 1-tier architecture is about what? So Anil, what was the example for 1-tier architecture? What was the
Laptop.
example? That's perfect. Laptop. So after 1-tier architecture, what we are having? We are having the 2-tier architecture. In the 2-tier architecture, totally how many servers I am having? I am having 2 servers. So what was the example for 2-tier architecture, guys?
Phone and YouTube.
Phone as well as YouTube. That's perfect. Next, after 2-tier architecture, we have discussed about the 3-tier architecture. In the 3-tier architecture, totally we are having how many servers?
3 servers.
That's great. We are having 3 servers. So example for 3-tier architecture is going to be again phone as well as YouTube. Now after this, what we have discussed? We have discussed about the multi-layer architecture. So we have seen the example of the Amazon. Okay. Now after this, we have discussed about the OS. Now what is meant by OS, guys? Don't say operating system. Anyone?
Provides an interaction between human and server.
Yeah, it is going to provide the bridge between user as well as server. That's great. That's perfect. So guys, so that's it from my end for today. So if you have any doubts over this session, you can ask. Now, so before going to wind up the session, how was the session? ఎలా అనిపించింది? So I think most of the people from the Telugu background, right? So we can, I mean to say, our sessions are going to be in English only. So let me know. So how was the sessions, guys?
Session was very good, but I have one question. I am here to learn like DevOps. I do not want to learn Linux or anything. So will you teach like GitHub and everything, like VS Code, like
Yes, we are going to be discussed on that. So I remember, so actually, I'm going to be, I mean to say, I'm going to focus on each and every person. So you know Linux, you know Git as well as GitHub. Maybe some other people don't know, right?
No, I don't know Linux. I am basically Salesforce developer and Salesforce release manager. I work on Capado, but I think I'm not that good. I'm at a very beginning stage, so that's why I want to learn the whole end-to-end DevOps, GitHub, VS
Yes,
Code.
yes. So basically, our roadmap is going to be like we are going to be start the Linux first. So without
Okay.
Linux, we can't learn DevOps. So after Linux, we are having the DevOps tool. So basically, if you want to learn the DevOps, so this is the roadmap. So see here, directly we are not going to learn the Docker. Directly we are not going to learn the Kubernetes. So if you are learning the DevOps, so we need to follow the DevOps logo. So see here.
Mhm.
DevOps logo. So in the DevOps logo, what was the first phase here? It was the first phase like planner. So for the planning purpose, we are not having any tool and we are not going to learn any tool. So basically this part was covered in the last session. Let me recap it first. So after plan, what we are having? We are having the code. Okay. So who will write the code? Development team will write the code. So after writing the code, they need to save this code, right? So
Yes.
so for that, we are going to learn the Git, GitHub, as well as Azure repos. After code, what we are having? We are having the builder. So to build our code, we are having the maven. So after this, what we are having? Tester. So actually, we are not going to do any testing here. So testers will do test. After this, what we are having? We are having the release. So to release our code, we are having the CI/CD. Okay, nothing but the Jenkins. So here we need to follow the DevOps stages. Regarding these stages, we are having the respective tools. We need to learn the tools. Let's say you have learned the Git first. So if you want to learn directly operation part like Docker as well as Kubernetes, it is not going to be the possible one. So these all are going to be the interlinked. Okay, so this
Okay.
is my workflow.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any alternative answer, I mean to say concerns as well as doubts. So any doubts you can ask. Either it is going to be the career related doubts, course content, or anything you can ask. No doubts, sir. Thank you.
How is the market as of now for the DevOps? Can I know?
So for the DevOps, we are having the opening. So if you are having
Mhm.
2 years of experience in any field, we are having the openings. So let's say for the experienced candidates, they are going to be get the openings daily. If you are having minimum 2 years, for the fresher also they are going to get the openings here. So when compared to, it's going to be very few for the freshers when compared to the experience.
But
Yeah.
we always put like 2 to 3 years of experience as a fresher because, otherwise no one will call us for interview. That's what we do.
Sorry, sorry. Come again. Sorry, come again. So I don't. I mean, so I
I
didn't
was saying here in US we always write 2 to 3 years of experience even when we are fresher. Otherwise no one call us for interview.
Yes, that's there. So that's the reason I have mentioned at least 2 years of experience.
Yeah. So just learn and write in your resume that you have 2 to 3 years of experience. You catch up like in 2 3 months of learning. It's not hard.
Yes, 100%. It was correct.
When I came in IT field, I was like a new. I started from Salesforce admin and I put 4 years of experience, and no one even knows I don't because I spent time on learning.
Yes, yes. So actually, in the IT field, day by day it was the challenge. Day by day we need to be learn.
Yeah.
They will not ask any experience or else likewise.
Yeah, they are going to be asked the experience. So let's say what you have done in your project. So I'm going to guide you. So actually, I am one of the real-time employees. So which is I'm having 5 years of experience in the DevOps field. In IT field, I'm having the 8 years of experience. So yeah, and also I have worked on some other various fields. I mean to say the freelancing also I have done. So I'm having experience on multiple projects. So I will explain you whatever I have worked on my real time as well as in the freelancing. So I'm going to be explain on each and every topic in detail. So you can able to explain those projects. You can able to put those projects on your resume. You can get the job easily.
And one more thing, do we have any like certifications needed for this?
So basically, certifications are going to be the optional. So if you are having the certification means, so you are going to get the high priority. Let's say there is a openings only two, but they have interviewed, I mean to say interviewed 10 members. So among them, you have the certifications means, so most probably very high chances you are having to get the place.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm just dropping off. Harsha.
Sorry?
Sorry to interrupt. I'm just dropping off this meeting.
Yeah, you can ask once. So any concerns, any doubts, you can ask.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
What salary do we expect as a fresher?
So as a fresher, it's going to be base minimum 3, max 5.5 lakhs. I mean to say 5
Okay,
lakhs.
actually, I have a 4 years of experience as a Pega developer. If I switch to this domain, can I use my experience as a relevant?
Yes, you can use. So basically, you need to be mentioned like this. So let's say if you are having the 5 years of experience in the Pega, so just have to mention there 3 years or 2 years in the Pega, 3 years in the DevOps. So internally, I have moved to the DevOps. So this was my current CTC. So now I want to switch. So you will get the 30 to 40% hike.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So you have learned the Pega from the Harsha training itself.
No, not at Harsha Training.
Okay. So the so owner of the Harsha Trainings, he is a trainer of Pega.
Yeah, I know. Do we have huge opportunities in DevOps right now?
Yes, we are having. So daily we are getting the calls. So most of the students are going to be called to me. So sir, I'm having the interview today. So what I need to do? So what was the tips? So they are going to be call me daily. So we are having the opening. So it's completely on your end. So you need to update your resumes daily on the Naukri. So we need to be follow on the LinkedIn. So it's your responsibility. Openings are the very high.
But I
Is this
think we
train?
need to put same experience as a developer in DevOps, not Pega, because
Not in the
we
Pega. So
can use relevant.
you want to put all the experience, right?
So what is my concern was they will not focus on our resumes, right?
Yeah, they are not going to be focused on the resume, so they are going to be focused on your skill.
Okay. So, uh, yes, I got it. I understood. But first of all, they need to pick out resume. Then they have to shortlist our resume, right? After that,
Yeah, so just try to maintain two
perfect our
resumes. Yeah, in this case, we are going to maintain two resumes. So one was a full DevOps, so one was the experience having in the IT as 5 years. So irrelevant, we are having three. So we are going to be maintain two resumes at this point of time.
Okay. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, we are going to do very low. I mean to say we are going to do it in daily, right?
Okay, fine.
So
Thank
we
you.
are having multiple ways.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Is this training basics to advance or else how?
Yeah, it's going to be basics to advance. Also, we are going to integrate the AIs as well here. So it's not only for the DevOps, so it's going to be the DevSecOps. In security, I mean, so we are going to integrate the securities as well.
Okay.
May I know what is the difference of DevOps and DevSecurities?
So basically, in the DevOps, so we are going to integrate the sec. So let's say we are having here as DevOps. So the first one was like, let me share my screen here.
Okay.
So this is the DevOps. Right? DevOps. So another one was like DevSecOps. Right. So here sec is nothing but the security. So we are going to provide some security to our application in the application.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a new one, and also we have integrated some AI tools. So we are going to cover that one.
Okay.
So any alternative dots? Answers?
Now IT infrastructure demanding Gen AI tools, right?
Yes, not the Gen AI tools. So they are demanding the AI tools. So basically, after getting the AI, so our work is going to be very easy. So it is not going to be replace our role. So it has made our work very easy. Let's say if your CI/CD pipeline was trained. Okay, in previously what we need to do, we need to check all the logs. But once I have introduced the co-pilot on my CI/CD, so it is going to be read my logs, entire log, and also it is going to be display an error in the summary form. So by reading that summary, I can able to get to know where our pipeline was failed, why our pipeline was. So basically, it makes very easy our work.
Okay.
So we
Then
are,
does this domain similar to that Gen AI?
yeah. So Gen AI is nothing but the generative AI, right? So they are going. So it's going to be some other. So we are integrating the AI tools here, not the Gen AI. So we are having the Copilot. It was the AI tool. And also we are having the Code Rabbit. It was the AI tool. Okay. So we are having the AI Ops. It was the AI tool. So we are having Cost AI. So we are having some more tools like kubectl AI plugin we are having. So depends on the tool. We are going to integrate the AI tools there.
Do you provide any placement after this course?
Yeah, we are having one dedicated placement team, so they are going to provide the placements for you. So you can contact with my admin team.
Okay, one of the person called that certification is mandatory after this course. So I would like to listen again.
Yeah, so If you want to do the certification, we are going to be provide some tips as well as some that.
Okay. Okay. Without certification,
Basically, you know, I'm not having any certification.
yeah, that is what I want to know. Without certification, can we do apply in Naukri or LinkedIn?
Yes, we can. So I'm not having any certification. So I'm working as a AWS DevOps engineer. I'm not previously I used to work as AWS DevOps engineer. Now I was working as Azure DevOps. So
It's good to
we
be
can do.
a.
No worries. So
Okay,
I'm
thank
having
you.
the idea on both the clouds.
Fine.